Hi out there, my name is Mutwa from Grace Impact Center. I want to share with you about men and old age. There is this man by the name David. He was a king in Israel and he still expressed this concern. And we know that this man had been a king for many years, for many decades in Israel. And of course, with a very handsome retirement package, and yet he still expressed this concern because old age should be a concern of every man. This is not fear, it's not anxiety, but once you get concerned about your future in old age, of course, you sit down and plan it well within your means. So, because it should be a concern of every man, that is old age. Now, in Psalms 71 and verse 9, this is where David expressed this concern. Do not cast me off in the time of old age. Do not forsake me when my strength fails me. Just imagine this is a king with a very handsome retirement package, and yet he still expressed this concern, of course, before the Lord. I want to take you through certain or some considerations that every man should think through. Friendship, because as you age, you realize that, or you notice that your friends will become fewer and fewer. And this is because of the following reasons: mobility challenges. You are not able to move as you used to move when you are, a young person. And even then, by the time you are hitting 100 years, you notice or you realize that most of your friends will have also departed from the planet. And by that, you become even lonely. The other thing is social issue, because as you age, you'll not be able to relate with the young people, the young generation, and that can actually bring you into this position of loneliness. So you need to look for men around in your church and begin to deliberately connect with them, build that social circle. Alumni groups are very important. The guys that you used to school in the primary or high school or college, these are very important forums where you can connect with your with your age mate, even without any much effort. And from time to time, you can organize even physical forums in your village. Are there men of your age that you can deliberately create these social groupings, or any other place that you can connect with men of your age? And this will actually caution you from becoming lonely, and very important. Now, social security is one thing that you need to think about. Now, you may have maybe some form of investment when you are young, or even when you are still aging. You can organize to have some form of investment just to cushion you in those old age pension scheme. And of course, if you are employed or even in self-employment, people will still join those pension scheme to cushion them on the same. And supportive family. If you have a very supportive family, this can go a long way in helping you in your old age. Community interaction. Visit a children's home. Look for things to do within your community. You can volunteer to do certain things, activities, like duties activities in your community. And that way you can, try to minimize the time that you are spending alone. Learn to do stuff for yourself. Don't become a boss. If physically you're in a position to do so, don't keep on sending people to do things for you. Just learn to do things for yourself. Become friendly. You can buy biscuits or snacks, and just call the neighbor's children if that is possible in your neighborhood, and just have fun, or your grandchildren if you have them, and just be a friendly person. Be friendly. Be a friend of the neighbors. Don't be antagonistic person. Just be very friendly. Now, self-esteem can also be affected because of diminishing sexual activity. I know, because your physiological change, the physiological changes on your body can also have adverse effect on your sexual life, and that should not diminish or affect your self-esteem. I've seen men becoming too much assertive out there, and of course, because they are trying to vent because of something that is happening in their bedroom, and of course, for failure to understand that as they age, even physiologically, the body will also diminish in terms of certain activities. Now, hobby. It's good to look for a good hobby, read a good book, and I said light sports, engage in them, bird watching, just walk around and just be a man who can identify a certain hobby. You can even do counseling in the community, just or even becoming a patron of a certain projects within your community as a patriarch. And spirituality is also very important. As you age, make sure you activate your spirituality. Like this man in the Bible called Jacob. Before he died, he called all his sons and prophetically described their destinies, their future with high degree of precision, and he became more activated towards his before he departed from the planet. And there is another man called Enoch. Enoch walked with God and he was no more. By the time he was age 65, the man began to walk with God. And this means you can still start to walk with God today. It's never too late to start walking with God. Enoch started to walk with God when he was 65. Before he was 65, we are not told what he was doing, but he chose and he decided to change the trajectory and the direction of his life. And the man walked with God until he was no more. He defeated time. And today you can start to walk